Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Coffee with the Commission. I'm Vaughn Poe, the Executive Director of the Alabama Real Estate Commission, and I'm joined this morning by my Assistant Executive Director, Ms. Teresa Hoffman.
Well, good morning.
Thank you for
Good
joining
morning.
me this morning, ma'am.
It's my pleasure.
I know how busy you are, and there's always something on the horizon, but we really appreciate you taking time out to speak with us this morning. An administrative note for our attendees. Um, if you have a question or comment, please use the raise your hand icon to be recognized and unmute yourself. Go ahead and make your comment. And once you're finished, if you would be so kind as to mute yourself again so that we can hear others on the call. If you have any technical difficulties out there, please let us know, and we'd be glad to help you work through those. So, Teresa, it's 2024 and we made it.
We did. We made it. And I think it looks like it's going to be a happy new year.
It's going to be a happy new year, but a busy new year. We have a lot to do. We thought last year was busy, but as we know here, there is no downtime. Last year we had education renewals. This year we have normal license renewals, and there's an entire evolution of things that go along with that.
I'm not sure there's such a thing as normal license renewal. There's always something.
There really is. Absolutely true. Well, as we peek into 2024 and we're getting down the road already with our first commission hearing of the year, we have a lot of new faces here at the commission. And so as our licensees are calling in, they may hear new voices on the phone.
Yeah. Yes, and that's fun and exciting for us too. Last year, we had to say goodbye to several of our friends who have retired, and we wish them well, and we wish them all the best. We might be a little bit jealous, just a little bit, but the beauty of that is that we get to meet new people. And I hope you go on our website and look at our staff. You'll see the pictures and you'll see their bright shining faces. But we have some new people. We have a couple of new people in education. We have Brittany Jones Anderson and Philip Horton. And then we have in legal, we have Serena Cronier Grayson, one of our new attorneys. And then in accounting, we have two new people. We have Marissa Mason and Jackie Ingersoll. And I think that's it, but we're going to have a couple new people join us. That's to be revealed at a later date.
It's always exciting, though, to welcome new faces into the commission, because you have new ideas, you have an outside view of the things that we've done, and you can get those opinions to see, are we really doing it the best that we could? Is there a better way? Are we missing something? We're always looking to improve upon what we provide to our licensees in the way of services. And so even management level or below employees that come on board have an opportunity to observe what we're doing, to say, hey, I worked at this other place, 5 years ago, and this was simplified by doing that,
Right.
And we have an opportunity to learn from them, and they have an opportunity as well to learn from us.
Right.
So very excited about the new folks on board. Very excited. With that, I think it'll be interesting to see how they interact with licensees.
Mm-hmm.
Part of what we do here as well is we absolutely get out on the road and we listen to our licensees. We have a lot of licensees in the state of Alabama, and they're very good licensees, and they have a lot of input and feedback. And so as we're getting out there, it's always important, I think, to have some of those team members engage with licensees to hear what their concerns might be, so that we can come back here, brief the commissioners, and see, is there anything that we need to do differently?
Right. Right.
So a part of that are commission offsites. A few years ago, we had a few requests to have offsite commission hearings. I think we've done that now for about 3 years in a row, and 2024 will be no different. This year, we're scheduled to be in Baldwin County, Alabama in the spring. So Baldwin County, we're coming. And in the fall, we will be on the plains at Auburn University. We've really tried to, and I think we've done a good job at rotating where we go around the state, and we've tried to do or to have a system of having a meeting in North Alabama, South Alabama, East Alabama, West Alabama. I think last year we met in Huntsville, and that was a great hearing. HAR is a great organization. They were excellent hosts, and the commissioners really did enjoy engaging with the folks up there. And I think last fall we went to the University of Alabama Law Center. So we were at the capstone for our October hearing, and that too was an excellent experience.
Yeah,
it was wonderful. It was well attended. We had prior commissioners there, if I recall correctly. It was just a great evolution, and we really, really enjoy getting out from Montgomery, interacting with licensees, and giving them some opportunity to interact directly with commissioners, as opposed to only being here in Montgomery.
Yeah, I like it when different brokers and different schools bring their licensees or their students to those meetings so they can actually see what takes place and how the decisions are made. I hope that it reassures them that the process is working.
Absolutely. So we had some questions a few years ago about, openness and transparency, and just, we get so busy here that, transparency is sort of a forethought, and you think, well, of course it's an open meeting, everyone can attend, but most of our licensees are transacting real estate. So they don't have the opportunity really to take a day off to come here just to watch the commission hearing. And so I think having the road shows really, really does give them that opportunity to pop in maybe for an hour or so and then get back out on the street. But most of our folks are selling real estate, which is awesome. And so we just try our best to share as much as we can in any avenue that we can. So I know that we talked a few moments ago about renewal, and there's a lot that goes into it. You and I really start planning and looking at renewal the year prior. We did so last year in anticipation of what's coming this year. Do you want to talk a little bit about the internal processes of renewal and just what it looks like inside the commission? I think licensees have their portion of renewal, which is, to renew their real estate license and complete CE, but internally, there's a lot of machinations that have to happen in order to have a fluid and transitive renewal cycle.
Well, of course, we're always looking at the technology and trying to make it as easy on the licensee as possible to renew that license. Again, we know you're busy. We know you're out there transacting business, and we don't want you to have to spend a day and a half to renew your license. So we do a lot of online license renewal, and not only is it convenient, but it's almost foolproof. And if you renew your license online, we know that it's going to be complete, and we're going to be able to process that license quickly, and you're going to be reassured that it's been a successful renewal. So online renewals really, really been helpful, and we're in the 90 percentile for people who use that vehicle. Of course, we are always open on our regular hours, and people can walk in, and we make sure that we have staff that is available to help people in person, as well as through connecting with us if you're having technical difficulties. We also look at our messaging so that we can get the word out. Right now, we're starting the year with this message, but our CPR team is going to be doing those YouTube videos and different announcements to remind people that this is, in fact, renewal year. About the middle of June every year, we open up our online renewals so people can start renewing. In the office, we have a schedule, and it has several dates of things that we touch base on. And then we keep a ongoing record of where our numbers are, how many have renewed, how many have not renewed, how many businesses have renewed, how many individuals. And we keep track of that. We start giving reports to commissioners about where we are with the renewal process so that we can foresee when we're going to have a big bump at the end. Unfortunately, people are procrastinators. I can't preach. Sometimes I'm a procrastinator too. But we have to be aware of just how big that number is going to be so that we can have staff available. We can arrange our leave time and so forth around that. So yes, there are a lot of balls in the air on renewal year. It affects certainly our licensing division, our education division, Our IT, actually, every division is geared up and running at peak performance for renewal.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
there's a lot that goes into it, and you've touched on a lot of key points and wave top things that we have to be aware of here. And I remember my first renewal cycle actually seeing it and thinking, oh, wow, everyone's excited about renewal. They want to renew right away. This is their business. This is their profession, right? Well, yeah, but then the last week of renewal is when over, I think 40 or 50% of our licensees actually start trying to get there. And we track that on a weekly basis here. So we know and can keep the commissioners informed of where we are. But we really would like to encourage licensees to renew as soon as possible. Don't wait. Don't wait. Please don't wait.
No, and it's absolutely not necessary. I think a lot of people are under the impression that they have to have their continuing education done to renew their license. They do not. So you could renew your license in June and have it done and behind you, and not get your continuing ed done until you actually, the latest moment you can do that is the end of September. So there is no reason to wait to renew your license.
Are there any questions out there about renewal or the renewal cycle or CE? Questions? Wow, everyone's ready to renew.
Good, good. Well, that just made our world a lot easier.
Absolutely so, absolutely. But we have a lot of CE offerings out there. We had a lot of courses that were renewed last year, and so you'll see those courses now offered, and it'll help, I think, our licensees really complete CE in a more efficient manner, and that's really what we want, is to make everything as user-friendly as possible and as fluid as possible, so that we, the commissioner, not interrupting, our licensees' renewal cycle, because they have other things to do, like take care of business. But without a renewed license, there could be some issues there.
That's right. If you don't have your license renewed by August 31st, then you will be late. And you'll have a $150 late fee attached to that. So I know you all want to avoid that. And then you have to have your continuing ed done by September 30. And then on October 1st, if you haven't renewed your license, it goes inactive. You cannot use it. We call it inactive status here. It's actually expired. It has expired. So you're out of the business. And then technically, by law, you have a full year beyond that to renew your license late. But remember, you're out of the business until you do renew that license.
Yeah, we try to message well. I think we will continue to do so now. We've talked about some other strategies that could potentially help our licensees out there, and we're still working on those with our IT division and just notifications and notification delivery. But I think licensees, for the most part, recognize and realize when we're in a renewal cycle, but it never fails that after the deadline, you or I will get a phone call from someone who wants us to waive the late fee, and by law, that's just not possible. And we don't have the authority to do it, even if we wanted to. And so we really try to premise that by telling folks, renew early, renew on time, and don't wait until the last week or the last day or midnight of the last day, because we've had that as well.
Oh, definitely. We have that. Or we have 2 minutes after midnight, and I'm sorry, that's just too late. There is a message, though, that I'd like to send to the qualifying brokers, because you could really partner with us in this endeavor. Qualifying brokers have the tools. We have put the tools at their fingertips so that they can keep track of the status of their affiliated licensees. They can see where they are with continuing ed. They can see where they are with the renewal, who has renewed and who hasn't. And so if you would, in your own firms, start putting reminders and messages out to your affiliated licensees, that would help us a great deal as well. And we think that's part of the supervisory process that you all are tasked with in the law. So If you have any questions on how to use those tools at your fingertips, please feel free to give us a call, and we'll be happy to help you and show you just where to find that information.
Yeah, I don't recall the specific number, but I think last year we had a few unfortunate instances where the qualifying broker did not renew. And unfortunately, that affects every agent under that qualifying broker.
Yes, it does. It is unfortunate because even if your licensees have renewed, if their qualifying broker has not, those people's license has to go inactive. It is renewed, but it has to be inactivated, and that means they're out of business too. So brokers, take care of your business as well and get renewed early.
Absolutely so. Absolutely. It's always interesting to see the nuances of renewal and the simplicity for some as well. I think a few of our brokerages out there have very, very good processes. They have very good office policies that really determine when those licenses will be renewed, and they get it right. And they're done, and they're just back out doing business. But for others, there's this struggle, it seems, to really go online, renew, get the CE hours, etc. Okay, we're done. Let's go. Yeah. So, but we're here to help. Know that. So if you need any assistance whatsoever, please give us a call to see how we can assist you. Well, are there any other questions out there about anything in general? If not, the last thing that we wanted to talk with you all about is our pending legislation. I'm certain that they've heard about it. We've had our legal division talking to folks about it around the state. Yeah. We've entertained a lot of questions, and it seems that everyone is very excited about it. We've had several names for this bill over the years. I think now we could clicheously call it the gumbo bill because there's a little bit of everything inside this bill, but it's a culmination.
But it's good.
It is
like
good.
Gumbo.
Absolutely so. Very good indeed. Some of the measures in here are initiatives that existed prior to my arrival here. So we've really brought a lot into this piece of legislation. It's bulky, but it's a modernization that we need for our license law. A lot of things that we're trying to get done here, licensees call us about on a daily basis, but the law restricts what we can and cannot do. Yeah. And so we empathize with the situation, but until we have a law change, we have to follow the law as written, not as we would like it to be. And so we're very excited about that. I think it's out on our webpage for anyone that has not seen it. It is posted there, I think, on the left-hand side of our website, and we've distributed it. We've talked to folks about it almost till they're blue in the face, but I really wanted every licensee to know what we're doing and not be surprised. See what's being proposed, and it's just a proposal. It's not concrete, it's not solid, but I think some of the high points in there that folks are really concerned about are RECAD, earnest money and handling earnest money and that sort of thing. Education, we have a lot of education rewrite in there, and I think it will really make for a better licensee community. And the beauty of what we've done is it's not a commission bill. This is not a commission bill. The contents of this bill were developed through task forces of licensees.
Several task forces.
Several
that
task
worked
forces.
Very hard.
Absolutely so. Several task forces that have worked over the years on RECAD, on broker supervision, on the salesperson's licensure program, the broker's licensure program. And so we have just collected the thoughts and ideas of licensees, presented them to the commissioners, and they've given us a thumbs up to move forward. So we're really excited about getting this done for licensees. But again, part of the thing that I told you, I want licensees to know what we're doing. I want them to see this thing. So if there are any issues or concerns, we can address them before we get too far down the road. And I think we're doing that. But it is a proposal. So we are excited about it. I hope licensees are excited about it. And we really want to get something done for everyone.
And it goes in the hopper. And it goes down and gets debated on the floor of the legislature. So we will see what happens then. Once you kiss that baby goodbye, then it's out of your hands pretty much. But it will be exciting. And while we're doing messaging for renewal this year, we'll be doing a great deal of messaging about the legislation for y'all too. So stay tuned.
All right. Are there any other questions out there? Any final questions whatsoever? Questions? Excellent. If there are no questions, I would like to remind everyone that our commission hearing is tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
Yep.
Here at the commission. So we will be ready to go for our January hearing. And I'm sure commissioners are excited about it. We're looking forward to getting there. If you happen to be a respondent that has to come before the commissioners, I'd like to advise you to please be mindful of your attire. It should go without saying, but we have to say it nonetheless. This is a very professional setting, and commissioners are dressed very professionally, and they expect the same of our licensees and respondents, and I don't think that's asking too much. We did have a question that popped up. Commissioner Harrison.
I was just curious as to why. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I was just curious as to why the commission hearings are no longer being streamed live.
Well, that was a decision that the commission leadership decided to take for 2024. And it is not set in stone. It's not concrete, but they wanted to really take a break on broadcasting. There's a lot that happens behind the scenes. Licensees can't see any of that. They just see the broadcast. But they wanted to pause it here for a spell to see how things would work out, and maybe it'll return later. But that was a decision from the bench, and so we just executed, and we'll keep you all informed as to when we'll come back online. But everything else is still broadcast, Briefly Legal Live and Coffee with the Commission.
Right.
So.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Good to hear from you. Are there any other questions out there? All right. If you do have questions later, we exist in several places and in several ways. We are all over the cybersphere. So for those of you that like to call, we can be reached by telephone at area code 334-242-5544. We have several active accounts across social media, to include Instagram, the platform formerly known as Twitter, which is now X, Facebook, and YouTube. The handle for all of those platforms is at AREC Alabama Gov, one word. Again, that's at AREC Alabama Gov, one word. And we also have a very active and up-to-date website, and that is arec.alabama.gov. And again, to go back and talk a little bit about social media, during COVID, we really started to use technology as a business resource here and how we communicated with licensees. And so after the pandemic, it just seems normal and natural to continue that. Licensees exist on all of these platforms. And so it was our determination that we needed to be where licensees are.
And we put a lot of resources into that. Let me tell you, the YouTube videos are great. And I hope that everybody will go to the website and go to the various social media. Use them as teaching tools. Use them in your business meetings. They are very educational and entertaining as well. So check it out.
Absolutely. So our YouTube channel is filled with a lot of great content.
Fun.
Also, Briefly Legal is now via Microsoft Teams, and the next Briefly Legal will be held on March 7th at 10 a.m. So that's another great platform and another great opportunity for licensees to interact directly with our legal division. Directly. And so we always try to encourage licensees to call us, but I think with social media, it really gives licensees that flexibility to be on the road or just finishing a closing, jump on Briefly Legal, ask a question directly of our general counsel or one of our attorneys, and get right back to work. So we're really excited about being able to offer that to our licensees as well.
Well, and let me tell you, Alabama is just about the only jurisdiction that does do that. We're in an organization of real estate regulators across the country and a few provinces in Canada, and they find this quite innovative. They're interested in having an interactive program themselves, but they haven't gotten there yet. We were ahead of the pack. And so it is an opportunity that you all are given that isn't found just everywhere. I hope you'll take advantage of it.
Absolutely so. Absolutely. Thank you for that, by the way. Well, if there are no other questions for me, I would like to thank you all for joining us today. Remember, tomorrow is our commission hearing, and we look forward to seeing you all here next month for Coffee with the Commission. And again, if you have any questions out there or if you need help with anything, please reach out to us. We are here for those questions, period. Don't be afraid. Call, email, text, do whatever you have to do. Again, I'm Vaughn Poe, the Executive Director. This is Teresa Hoffman.
And we're here to help.
Thank you all very much for your time. Have a wonderful week.
Bye.